What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about something a bit different that everybody feels, whether they admit it or not. Rent is officially out of control. Like, we're not even talking expensive anymore. We are talking delusional, disrespectful, borderline comedic levels of unaffordable. Let me know your thoughts and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Well, I just finished having a meltdown. Why? Because my landlord called me today, and he said he wants to raise my rent by $500 a month. And because the building is newer, there's no rent control. So he can do it. He can do that. That's allowed. $500 increase a month, that's allowed. What? And the fact that I'm still in here just makes everything so comical. Like, fuck. Holy.
Have landlords lost their minds? My roommate moved out a few months ago, so I currently live in a 2-bed, 2-bath by myself. And the price that I am paying for rent for a 2-bed, 2-bath with 2 parking spaces is the same amount of money I would be paying for a studio in Los Angeles, California. I feel like our whole perspective is warped because I hear people talking about, oh, I found a studio for $2,000, what a good deal. I just can't even process what is happening with rent costs in LA and also around the whole country. How is anybody affording rent? How?
Hello?
Hey, how's it going? I wanted to discuss the rent for next year.
What about it?
I just wanted to remind you that it goes up $75 starting next month.
What the f***? Why?
It's that standard yearly rent increase. The rent's supposed to go up 3% each year based on our agreement.
No. I didn't sign up for that.
You did, actually. It's in the lease agreement that you signed.
That's bullshit. I'm not paying another $75 every month.
We discussed this before you even moved in. You told me that you read the part where it says that the rent goes up each year. You said you were okay with it. You shouldn't have rented the place if you weren't okay with the terms.
Nah, that's not happening. It's either you're going to keep the rent the same or you're not getting anything at all.
If you breach the lease agreement like that, I'll have to ask you to find another place to live.
The f*** that's supposed to mean?
It means that I'll have no choice but to evict you.
You know what? F*** you.
It's an evil world we live in.
All right, so peep this. So we got this building for $200,000. I'm gonna give you an example of why rents and everything is just gonna keep going up. Like, life's unaffordable. So this is a beautiful building we got for 2. The after repair value is like 4. So it should be a great cash flowing asset. But when you look at like 8% rates, and I mean, they're paying right now both sides $1,500, which is pretty, I think it's a decent amount of rent. And it's just like, I don't know how fucked up the world is, but it's like, for investors to make money, people gonna have to start paying like $2,200 for 3 bedrooms. I don't think people realize that, how fucked up they got the market is. Like, and if one investor is getting that, the next person down the street, whoever it is, gonna raise the rent as well. So it's gonna be like a huge rent crisis, bro. Look at this shit. Beautiful building. Might be a flip. It just don't make sense. Don't make sense to keep. I don't know, but it's fucked up.
I don't know about anybody else, but for 2025, I'm locking in on my apartment, okay? I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying home. I'm tired of paying these high prices rent. I'm over it. I'm locking in my place. That's it. I will make a gym in a little corner somewhere. I will read. I will watch me 1,000 movies before I continue to go outside. There's nothing outside for me. I'm tired of paying rent. I'm over it. Then they got the nerve to go up 4% every year. Like how? Why?
I moved into my apartment in June 2023. I was paying $1,790 in rent. I just got notified that March 1st, my rent will be increasing to $2,023. And before everyone gets in the comments and says, you're doing this, you're making your choices. Okay, first of all, fuck you. I have a 2-bedroom apartment because I have a 1.5-year-old son, and I got this apartment because I researched every apartment within a 30-mile radius of where my dad lives, because my dad lives with my nephew. I'm the legal guardian of my nephew, and I need to be able to have quick, close access to my nephew. I take him to appointments, I pick him up from school, etc. What's shitty is that this is the market rate. So this is pretty standard. If you want a 2-bedroom apartment, And mine's nice because it's new, but it's not fancy. It was made really, like everything's plastic and falling apart. And for all intents and purposes, it's not a quality apartment. It's safe. I love living here, and that's why I'm living here. But I was talking to my landlord, and I was like, listen, I know this isn't your fault. I know you're not setting the prices of these, but what the fuck? This is not like a sustainable, like, how the fuck is anyone supposed to, like, maintain their tenancy? I said, should I expect another huge rent increase? And he's like, yeah, in September, there's going to be another like $80 to $120 rent increase. And I'm like, so let me get this fucking straight. I had to pay $5,500 to just get into this fucking apartment. I could live in a 1-bedroom. I don't want to because I just figured out crib training with my son. I pay electric and I pay fucking gas, which is another, you know, 100 to 120 a month, like on top of that. I hate that the issue is that I'm at a point in my life where paying another $120 a month in rent is like pissing me off. I know that the solution is to just make more money so that this is going to happen and I'm going to have more wiggle room in my budget and blah, blah, blah. But what pisses me off is if you're not making $6,000 or $8,000 as a single mom a month, you're just like, how are you going to make it?
You know, it doesn't really make any fucking sense. These rent prices. These rent prices in America really don't make any fucking sense. They're actually getting completely out of fucking control. On my way to pay my rent right now, which is $2,000 a motherfucking month for a fucking house in Florida. My sister lives in Alabama, and my daughter does as well. And their rent is less than my fucking half. The wages in Alabama and Florida ain't that goddamn different. So therefore, it doesn't make any fucking sense that I pay $2,000 a month for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, and my daughter lives in Alabama, and she has a fucking 4-bedroom, I think 2-bath, or maybe a bath and a half. And her rent, I think it's $950 a fucking month. This rent shit needs to get under fucking control in America. Because people are spending too much of their fucking income just to put a roof over their fucking head. Many people are only able to put a roof over their head, ain't able to put fucking food in their goddamn belly.
I'm realizing my husband and I can never break up because, baby, I don't have any idea how I would be able to afford rent now. I've been living on my own since 2017. Like, I've rented apartments since 2017. And that, to me, is really not that long ago to be able to say that rent's doubled in some of these apartments. Like, I remember paying maybe $700 in the majority of these apartments, and some of them have already gotten to almost $1,400. How are they justifying that? Like, how are they justifying that big of an increase? Like, they probably haven't been updated since I lived there too. First apartment I ever rented with my friends. We rented it for, I think the cheapest apartment that we could rent was like $790, something like that. And then we got a 2-bedroom, so it was closer to $1,000, but we had 4 roommates. We just divided it amongst all of us, and my rent was like $250. But I remembered that the cheapest one they had was like $790. What is this? What is this increase? That's insane. The cheap rent is almost doubled. And I need to emphasize, this was not in like some crazy rich city. This was in Chesapeake, Virginia, like a very average city. Then I moved because I found a cheaper apartment across town because my first apartment was actually kind of nice. And when we found the cheaper one, it was like maybe $700. This one is $1,035 for the absolute cheapest model. Was not in a crazy good area of town either.
These apartments nowadays are just straight up wrong. I get what y'all went through during COVID and how people did y'all dirty, but you don't fight fire with fire. First of all, you're doing these credit checks, telling people their money has to be 3 times the month's rent. Why would they be coming to a little apartment complex if they had those kinds of funds, if they had good credit? Does that make sense to y'all? Now, somebody on benefits, Section 8, stuff like that, of course their credit isn't going to be great. Why even running their credit? Why do they need cosigners? Their cosigner is the state of New Jersey. Your rent is guaranteed. Like, this shit is crazy.
Let's just be honest. Rent used to be a bill. Now it's a life obstacle. You used to rent a place because you couldn't afford to buy yet. Now you rent a place because apparently we need a 6-figure salary just to have a 1-bedroom with no roaches and maybe a dishwasher that doesn't sound like it's summoning demons. And landlords? Oh, they're wild with it. They hit you with, rent is going up $400 because the neighborhood is improving. Really? Because the only thing that has improved is your ability to raise the price, sir. The sidewalks look the same. The crime rate looks the same. The pothole in front of the building is so old it deserves its own lease.
How is America continuing to build all these ridiculous-ass apartment complexes, but charging almost $3,000 for 1 bedroom? And who in the hell are affording to move into these ridiculously high, overpriced, expensive apartments? The national average salary is like $55,000, something like that. I'm not the best at math, but 56,000 divided by 12 is like $4,600 a month. That's like 75% of your check gone if you're paying $3,000 a month for an apartment. Not to mention you got food, you got electricity bill, you got car payment, car insurance, gas. You like to go shopping, get new clothes. God forbid you need a haircut every 2 weeks or you got to get your hair done. And God forbid you have fucking kids' mouths to feed. That's even double. The average income earner cannot afford these overpriced ass apartments. So who the fuck are they building these apartment complexes for? And what makes it even more hilarious, every single fucking year, these greedy ass landlords continue to increase their rent. So pretty soon, if you haven't already, we're going to be seeing $4,000, $5,000 a month apartment complex prices. And my question is, why do they keep getting away with this? How, as we as a people have not gone up there with pitchforks, knives, and any type of weapon that we can find to put an end to this madness? We are literally allowing them to run our pockets fucking dry.
That's why no one's freaking buying any houses right now, because it is so unimpressive. We are talking about a $500,000 fixer-upper. What? My husband and I went house shopping yesterday. Our budget is $500,000. We looked at 6 houses and 5 of them were fixer-uppers. Nasty. Talking like exposed nails hanging out of the floorboards. Like the kitchen hasn't been touched since 1982. And the only one that was kind of nice was in the literal hood. Oh, and besides that, it was actually only 2 bedrooms, even though it was advertised as 3 bedrooms. So there's that. And the house right next to it was a literal dump site. Yeah, so this one with the pool was the one that we were looking at. And the house, that was the next door neighbor's house.
I need to know why LA is so fucking hard to rent right now. I make $200,000 to $250,000 a year. I work my ass off. I have a 798 credit score. I just put my name in for an apartment house for $4,000 and I got denied. I wrote a cover letter. I got her phone number. We chatted. I told her my boyfriend's handy. I make more than enough money and my credit score is phenomenal. Why? I need to know if there is anybody that could tell me why I keep getting rejected by these places where I have more than enough money to rent. I don't get it. It's so frustrating and it like breaks my heart every single time. Every single time. I am literally almost started crying when I got the rejection email today. And I know that's so silly, but like, you know, I get excited. I start designing the house and it's so exciting and it's a new fresh start. I love, love, love moving. The 4 places that we have put our name in have not gotten. I'm so confused. I do not understand it.
The real reason rent is so high in 2025, rent isn't just high in 2025, it's strategically unaffordable. BlackRock, Zillow, and other investors are buying up homes not to live in them, but to rent out at a sky-high price. It isn't a housing shortage, it's a takeover. Your neighborhood is being rebranded for profit. They force out working families and replace them with luxury buildings no one asked for. Culture gets erased, and the prices skyrocket. This is why Gen Z and the millennials can't buy homes. The American dream got sold to corporations. Now, you rent forever, or you leave the city behind.
For two of you, your goggles are about to go.
This is my problem.
The rest of you will stay locked in the dark.
That's that electric zapper. Hasn't caught a single solitary one of them.
We won.
They all avoid it.
This is what I wanted. I see a village surrounded by water.
This is what I'm having to live with.
We're in another place.
And the landlord's known about it since the beginning of the year.
You got the windmill, you got the coolants on the table. It is about time. I've been due for a dub this whole daggone time.
And that's all they can get. They don't even get that scared.
Home to over 24 million bikes, 1,000 windmills, and 500 special coffee
My life
shops.
sucks.
We are in the...
Landlords have lost their fucking mind in 2025. Ben and I are looking to relocate, and I am actually appalled, and I am so furious right now. As I'm looking for homes, I literally have several landlords saying, like, I will not show you this home until you've already applied and approved. And the application fee is non-refundable, and it's like $40 to $75 a person. But let me get this straight. You want me to pay you $150 and let you ding my credit report, even if it's a soft pull, just so that you will take the time to show me the apartment and let me decide if it's like fits my needs. So then I'm like, okay, let's pivot. Let's go to like a big, property, like the corporate route, and see if they have like better customer service and a little more flexibility. And I'm like, okay, it's sounding good. You don't need like $3,000 in deposits. Here's my credit score. And they're like, yeah, we don't really go by credit score anymore. We go by DTI, the debt to income ratio. Y'all, I was in consumer lending and mortgage lending for about 5 years that you use to decide if somebody can buy a home. My credit's good. I make my payments on time. I make like 4 times the rent. She's like, well, because like in this era, it's just so easy for people to like fake their check stubs. So now we're looking at DTI. The reason I don't want to own a home, I like the fact that like renting's easier, that my maintenance is covered, that amenities are covered. And now they're like, we want references. We want DTI. Y'all have lost your mind. And when I think about the fact that boomers didn't even have to have a credit score, they didn't even have to worry about that. Not to mention the complete income inequality we have suffered from their whole trickle-down economics bullshit. It's not the fact that I won't be able to rent an apartment. I'm pretty sure I will find one. It's the fact that my husband and I make well over 6 figures combined. And this is how difficult it is. This is all the minutia. This is all the hoops to jump through, because a landlord cannot stand the idea that there could be a single possibility that they could have 1 month of rent missing that they were not anticipating. And all these private equity firms buying up everything from veterinarian clinics to homes to whatever else they know that we need to survive. I'm so sick of it.
It's crazy how $900 in 2025 will get you a small apartment in the ghetto with roaches and rats.
Don't move out. Don't get that apartment. Listen, if you have a relatively stable, relatively good and peaceful relationship with your parents, stay home as long as you can, especially as a young person. The number one way to build wealth in a high-cost economy like ours is to simply stack up your bread, reduce your expenses, and build your own wealth and pay off whatever debt that you may or may not have. Generational wealth was not built overnight. Your parents' labor was not in vain. Use their labor, use the resources that they have to your own advantage. Nobody, and I mean nobody, hates their child so much to where you cannot utilize what they have done. Literally, use it to your advantage. Why toil in vain? Why work in vain? Why not use what was already built for you in the first place? I know at our young age, it's tempting to be independent, to want to go and catch flights, catch vibes, have fun time, and go and bum by and have fun, right? I get it, enjoyment will always be there, but guess what? Wealth will not always be there. No one's going to help you like your own family. No one wishes more for you to succeed more than themselves than your own people. And so I'm just putting it out there, it might be worth swallowing your own pride, swallowing your own arrogance, swallowing self-satisfaction and humbling yourself. And if possible, if you can do it, just stick it through. I'm just saying,
Total cost of living alone in 2025 is quite ridiculous, but we're gonna break it down. I have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, $2,033 per month to live alone as a 23-year-old living in Georgia. I work multiple jobs. If you ever wanted to move out of your parents' house, this is what realistically it takes to do that. Have a seat, get a pen and paper out, and let's get into it. Cheers. My move-in day was December 28th. I paid a application fee of $50, $150 administrative fee, a $550 pet deposit, plus the rent and a couple days extra because I was moving a couple days beforehand. So the grand total for that was $2,705. I pretty much went to Walmart and got a money order. To do a money order, I think it's $1 per thousand. I had to break it up into 2 or 3. On a month-to-month basis is $1,695. Pretty crazy. Technology fee is $115. Washer and dryer rental is $50. Water/sewer is $30.55. Utility billing fee is $6, which I don't know why I have that, but since I use a different company to pay for my electricity service, so my bill is separate, so I don't know why I'm being charged a $6 fee. And I think that $6 fee just went up to $8 because I got a letter on my door last week saying that it went up, which I think is that bill. Pet rent is $20. Valet trash is $25. And then of course, after it all, there is a card fee. If I use a credit card to pay off all bills, anything that's recurring, it goes on my credit card because I gain points for flying. So I typically fly for less than $3 to $20 per flight that I take. So that's how I'm able to travel so much, is by paying all of my bills that I have to pay anyways on a monthly basis on that credit card. So that gives me a grand total of $2,033. Yeah, that's per month. That's per month. And then not only do I have that, I also have, and it's called electric service. That's $89.40 for the month of September. But I also have renter's insurance, which is every month. It is $32. I pay it through a renter insurance company. Obviously my utility bill is whatever they say it is. Replacement fees for your mailbox is $25. Your fob to get into like the pool, gym, the office, anything like that, that is also a $25 replacement fee. Code change lock, I don't know what that means. That's a $25 fee as well. My county charges $100 for lockout fees, not including if the keypad stops working. So if it stops working, it's not your fault, but I believe if it runs out of battery and you didn't call the maintenance people to do it, then I think that's your fault, so you have to pay $100 for that. I'd probably pick my lock before I pay $100 for that.
Everybody wonders why rent is so fucking high. Let me tell you why it's high. It's high because y'all motherfuckers don't take care of shit. It's high because y'all let dogs piss and shit in the carpet and on the floors and scratch up all the fucking sheetrock. Let your wild ass kids put holes in the fucking wall. Y'all don't change the fucking air filters. ETC. You agreed to pay the rent when you signed the lease. You don't want to pay the high fucking rent? Take care of your credit score a little bit more and you can purchase your own shit and fuck it up. But nah, it's all our faults because y'all can't do shit right. So you have to rent because your credit score is fucking trash. You motherfuckers bounce from house to house to house. You fuck this one up, you stop paying rent, you get evicted. You fuck this one up, you stop paying rent, you get evicted. Now you got a name for yourself. Now guess what you got to do? Pack up your shit and move to a whole new location because everybody around here knows how you are and they ain't gonna rent a damn thing to your motherfucking ass. And don't let me get started on the motherfucking utility bill that never gets paid that we get fucking stuck with and have to pay. And y'all wonder why rent's so motherfucking high. Buy your own house. Oh, wait, you fucking can't. I rent houses because I never want to have something that big on my credit and have to pay for it forever. And if I have to ever jump and leave for any reason, I can. Well, if you choose to do that, then that's your choice. Deal with the fucking high rent. Peace out, bitches.
Man, rent so damn high right now. They got couples that's single living together. Like, it don't make sense. That's how high rent is right now. These motherfuckers is single living together. Like this shit real, man. This shit real. You gotta live with somebody you don't even go with no more. That's how life kicking ass right now. Rent is high as fuck. If our parents was complaining back then, they damn sure complaining about the rent now.
So I'm sitting here doing my November budgeting, and I just want to say paying $1,400 worth of rent for a 1-bedroom apartment is absolutely fucking ridiculous. I remember when I was 18 and I got my first apartment, and my rent was only $600 for a 1-bedroom, and it was it was nice. I had a lot of space. Like it was a pretty big apartment, like for $600. And to look, I guess that was like 16 years ago. But still, like, golly, there's no reason for a one-bedroom apartment to be $1,400. That is absolutely insane. But I think I'm grateful that I'm able to afford the life that I live, like, and not be struggling and still have money left over after paying my rent and all my bills. Like, that's just my rent. If you want to add my bills, it's about 17 altogether. But that without the car payment. Yeah, the car payment is a good $600 a month, but still.
I'm paying $31,000 in rent this year, and I'm still not buying a house in 2025, so here are the 3 reasons why. Number 1, I want my money invested, not trapped in a house. Down payment and repairs can drain 20 to 30K fast, so I'd rather have my cash growing in index funds instead of spending it all on a roof. Number 2, rent is predictable, owning isn't. People forget about the $7,000 foundation repair, the $4,000 AC unit, property taxes, and insurance. Number 3, flexibility equals money. Renting lets me move for a better job, a cheaper cost of living, or more opportunity to build real wealth. Being stuck in one location can cost you more than renting ever will.
Anyway, that's it for today. If you're tired of rent prices being ridiculous, drop a comment below. Tell me what the rent is in your area, because I bet it's just as insane. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who's currently arguing with their landlord in their head. And with that, I'm out.